Greetings, fellow members of the Esoteric Order of Gamers. Well, no sooner did I finish building and painting the fantastic starter set Hunt for the Prometheus Dystopian Wars by Warcradle Studios, then they sent me this in the post. And this is an entire battle fleet, an expansion battle fleet. It's for the Celestian Empire, the Nin Jing Battlefleet set. And as you can see, there's some spectacular Chinese-themed boats in here. There's a resin one and plastic ones. I thought you might want to have a look inside and see what these look like. So let's check it out. Well, in here we have 4 sprues, it looks like, yes. And I really like what they do with these fleets in that you get this sprue, or series of sprues, which allow you to make the smaller ships, the sort of frigates and cruisers and things like that. And then you get these beautiful large resin ships. So this one's got a big resin ship in it. Let's open this up. And oh wow, look at the size of that. It's gorgeous. Beautiful looking thing, and it's got all these extra bits that need to be attached. More resin components here. Wow. And look at that. I mean, even before I've attached the extra bits, this is a very impressive model. They're so clean. There's all this lovely little bits of decoration on it. There's a yin-yang symbol up there, Chinese dragons, etc. Of course, this is steampunk 19th century, so you're going to have a bit of those sort of empire colonial cliches. But it's a beautiful looking thing, and it does have a sci-fi feel. Look at these stacks. They're really nice. This battleship, you have 2 variations of this one. There's the Nin Jing Battleship and the Yangtze Battleship. Now, just when you're putting in these pieces, which just slot in over the wheels, these front ones need a little bit of cutting just to make them fit perfectly. There's a little bit of extra here, and I found if I shaved that off, or I shaved that down to the same level as the bit above it, so that way, shave that off, that they fit in a little bit more snugly. So get yourself a scalpel and just carefully shave that away, and these front bits will fit in more neatly. That bit goes in there. You can see it just sticks out just a tiny bit there unless you shave that piece off, and then it fits in snugly, as it has on this side. Remember, when you're putting together resin models, use super glue and use plastic glue for the plastic models. Just hold that in firmly while it dries. We can see with those side pieces attached, it really bulks out the model beautifully. Now, there are 2 variations on this. You have this piece, which is made up of 2 resin pieces I've stuck together already. That goes into there, and then this roof goes on like so. That's one variation. And then the other one is this weapons platform with another weapons platform on top of that. So to make these, I want to be able to take them out as a single piece. So starting with this one, I'll put glue on just this part here and then attach that so it glues, and then this will come out as one piece. And I'll do the same for both variations. Now, this turned out to be slightly difficult because when I put this in, it sits just a tiny bit below the level of the back. So, whoops, I couldn't get to glue this on effectively. So what I decided to do is pop it in there, and then I got some putty. This is yellow and blue putty, and I got a little bit of this, and this will help me glue it on. So, bit of super glue along there, and a few tiny balls of this because I don't want it to stick out too much. Then I'll get my roof, make sure it's in the right position. There we go, and then I can push it all the way. Quickly shave off some of that extra putty that's sticking out. There we go. And then that sits very neatly in there, and I can take that whole piece out and replace it with the other one, and have my 2 variations of ship. I don't have to magnetise that or anything. It sits very comfortably in there, doesn't move around. That's great. And I did exactly the same with the other piece, so that can fit in there as well. Like that. Of course, I will eventually magnetise the weapons, but look at that. What a beautiful model. This is with heavy gun batteries. There are rocket batteries as well. 3 different spots there, so that's one variation. And then I can take out this whole central piece, exchange it for this battery, and we have that variation. A stunning battleship. Look at the decorative detail in the side of the ship there. Beautiful. And then we have these sprues. These are for the smaller ships. Various weapon options. Weapon batteries, things like that. And there are 2 different types. That's 1 and 2. Here we've got the Shanghai class frigate. A lovely, characterful little ship. And this is very easily made of just a few pieces. You've got these side pieces here. And all you have to do is take this little piece of decking here and put it there. Attach the other side of the ship. And once those pieces of the hull are put together, you can put on the roof. Like that. And then there's a final front piece. It goes on like that. There you have it. Very easy, nice little ship. There are 4 of those in the set. Now here's where you do have to make some choices, because the cruiser can be built in 4 different ways. There's a Jian, Wusong, Meru or Dao class ship, and they're all slightly different, and I don't think I can really magnetise them to be able to interchange between the types, so I kind of have to decide. And the reason is they all have this central piece, and this is made up with a deck, 2 side pieces that fit on. Then each of these side pieces, these little 2 wheels go on here. There's 2 little galleries, and then you make up this central building from 4 walls and a little decorative bit up the top. So it's a little box that you make. And then it sits beautifully on there. You can even see the tiny little columns in there. Really nice unit there. And then there's these 2 smokestacks with bits on the top as well. And so you have this central piece. Now, you can make up these as well. This is 2 side pieces and a central bit. And that gives you a long front like that. Or you can have a shorter front like that. You can just add this piece to the back to finish it off. A little decorative bit there that goes on, and you have this lovely little ship. Look at that, and that's obviously there's a weapon that goes there. However, you can also extend it even further by adding the long piece at the front. Obviously that glues on, and then there's another piece here made up of a bottom deck and 3 sides, and that just goes on the back like so, and there's your final long ship with 2 weapon mounts. And obviously I'm going to make it up to look like this because it's such a spectacular and beautiful ship. I love these wall details on the sides. They're really nice. And that's a lovely looking ship like that. I think that's how I'm going to be making up my ship. Oh, I should point out, if you're going for this short option, in other words, you're not attaching this piece at the back here, you can either go for the long front or the short front. As I said, there are 4 different variations of this ship, so there's a whole lot of choice involved. So, of course, there are different weapons that you can attach here. There are these rocket batteries, like this, and also there are I've got generators, of course. There's a range of generators, same ones that come in the other fleets. And then we've got, here we go, some guns there as well. So, of course, I'll be magnetising those as I did with the ones in the core set, so I can chop and change between those different weapons, depending on how I want to load out my ships. And there it is, the Nin Jing Battlefleet set, all made up, and it's a great little set, isn't it? There's a beautiful big battleship here, and as I said, I can take that piece out and replace it with this piece, and then there's 2 more weapon mounts or generator mounts there, so that's interchangeable. These ones I decided to make up in the longer version with the back pieces on the ships because they just look so good. They're really nice. And then we've got the 4 frigates as well. So another fantastic expansion for Dystopian Wars. I'm going to get on to painting these, and I will show you what they look like in the next video. Until then, thanks for watching. The Esoteric Order of Gamers, orderofgamers.com. Bye for now.